Hello everyone, welcome back to the practical session of Agro 235. So today's practical exercise topic is about the agroclimatic zones of Maharashtra. In earlier practical session, we have discussed about the agroclimatic zones of India. Now let's discuss about today's practical, that is the agroclimatic zones of Maharashtra. So Maharashtra has large size as well as it has varied topography, and the rainfall in the state generally varies from 50 centimeter in western Maharashtra scarcity zone to 402 to 500 centimeters in a Ghat zone. So the rainfall received from generally rainfall is received from the southwest monsoon as well as from the northwest monsoon in about 65 to 70 days. During summer, maximum temperature goes up to 45 degrees Celsius, and during winter, it can be decreases up to 4 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. In case of soils, so it will also vary from lateritic in a coastal region, red and light brown in hilly areas, and to heavy black and clayey soils of varying depths in the plateaus. So Maharashtra state has been generally divided into 9 broad agroclimatic zones, and they are first one is the South Konkan coastal zone, and its head office is at Vengurla. Second one is at North Konkan coastal zone, has head office at Karjat. Then third one is the Western Ghat zone, has its head office at Igatpuri. Then sub mountain zone has its headquarter or head office at Kolhapur. Fifth zone is the Western Maharashtra plain zone and has head office at Pune. Then Western Maharashtra scarcity zone and it has its head office at Solapur. Seventh zone is Central Maharashtra plateau zone and has its headquarter at Aurangabad, whereas Central Vidarbha zone has its headquarter at Yavatmal, and Eastern Vidarbha zone, which is the last zone, has its headquarter at Sindhewad. So let's discuss or let's see about their climatic as well as soil and cropping system of each and every zone in the agroclimatic zone of the Maharashtra. Let's start with the first zone, that is the South Konkan coastal zone, having its headquarter or head office at Vengurla. So the South Konkan coastal zone generally comprises the districts of Ratnagiri, South Raigad and Sindhudurga. Then this zone has an undulating topography with the hills as well as has rocky plains. Then in case of climate, so the zone is generally characterized by warm and humid monsoon climate. May is the hottest month in this area, and about 97% of rainfall is received during the June to September from southwest monsoon. So on an average, this area receives rainfall in between 3,100 millimeters in about 101 rainy days. In case of soils, so you may found soils like lateritic soils, which is the predominant type of soil in this zone. While along the coast in a narrow belt, coastal saline and coastal alluvial soils also occurs. The the intense leaching due to the high rainfall has removed the basis from the soil profile, which will give it a distinctly acidic reaction, and that is why pH range of the soils of this area is in between 5.5 to 6.5. In case of crops and cropping patterns, the paddy is major cereal crop as well as ragi is also second important crop of this zone. Whereas minor millets include wari cultivation on a hill slope on a low fertile soils generally during the kharif season. Then oilseed includes crop like Niger and sesame in kharif season. It is also cultivated in a limited area, but with the introduction of irrigation, an area can be cultivated for the rabi crops such as groundnut, sorghum and red gram. Then due to typical soil and climatic conditions, the zone is ideally suitable for the horticultural crops also, and that includes cultivation of mango, coconut, areca nut, cashew nut, jackfruit, banana and pineapple. Then next agroclimatic zone is the North Konkan coastal zone, which is having its headquarters at Karjat. So this zone generally comprises the districts of Thane and Raigad. So the climate of this zone is generally characterized by warm and humid climate, and average rainfall of this area is 2600 millimeters, which is received in 87 rainy days. The maximum rainfall, that is 41% of rainfall, is generally received in a month of July. In case of soils, so the predominant soils found in Thane and northern part of Raigad districts are non-lateritic, coarse and shallow soils. Then these soils are generally neutral to acidic in reaction. Then medium black soils are also occur in a patches of north part of this zone, whereas southern part of Raigad has lateritic soil. Basic nature of the soils which are found in this area is again come under the acidic nature, and that is why its pH range is also in between, the soil's pH range is also in between 5.5 to 6.5. In case of crops and cropping patterns, so the paddy is again major crop accounting for near about 64% of the area, whereas it is to be followed by ragi and wari. Then major fruit crop grown in this area includes cultivation of banana and sapota, specifically in Thane, and mango in a Raigad district, whereas 32% of this area is under the forest land. Then next zone is the Western Ghat zone. So it includes hilly and high-lying terrains around the Ghats of Amboli, Fonda and Amba, which comes in Kolhapur district, whereas Koyna and Mahabaleshwar in Satara. Then it also includes Lonavala and Khandala in Pune districts, and Kalsubai Hills in Akola Tehsil of the Ahmednagar district, whereas Igatpuri and Trambakeshwar in Nasik district is also come under this Western Ghat zone, whereas the average annual rainfall of this area is about 2600 millimeters to 5000 millimeters. In case of climate, so it is the high laying rainfall at high laying terrains may be range between 3000 to 6000 millimeters, and the area is mainly covered by deciduous as well as semi-deciduous forest, and this area is about 22 to 25%. The soils are generally come under the forest land, and generally they are light lateritic and reddish brown one. In case of crops and cropping patterns, so principal crop grown in this area is paddy as well as nagli or Ilius and Porcina, which is to be followed by cultivation of kharif sorghum. Then groundnut, Niger and gram is also cultivated in this particular area. Then sugarcane is grown as a cash crop in this particular area, whereas horticulture is the priority need of this zone, and area is specifically well suited for the cultivation of fruits like mango, cashew nut, jackfruit, karvanda, and for the jamun. Then fourth zone is the sub-mountain zone, which has its headquarters at Kolhapur city. So the zone is generally located on the eastern slopes of Sahyadri ranges. It includes Surgana, Pet and Nasik talukas of Nasik district, whereas Rajgurunagar, Mawar, Mulshi, Bhor talukas of Pune district. Then Faltan, Karad talukas of Satara district, Shahuwadi, Panhala, Karveer, Kagal, Ajra, Gadhinglas talukas of Kolhapur district, and Shirara taluk of the Sangli district. In case of rainfall, so the rainfall range is in between 1700 to 2500 millimeters annually, which is received mostly through the southwest monsoon, and the climate is also characterized by relatively hot summer, humid rainy season and moderately cold winters. In case of soils, so soils are generally reddish brown to black, tending towards the lateritic nature with varying depths as well as texture, and they are generally acidic in nature, and that's why the pH range is also in between 6 to 7 for the soils. For crops and cropping patterns, so the cropping pattern is mainly dominated by kharif cereals like paddy, sorghum, pole millet, maize, and nagli, followed by groundnut and sugarcane. Whereas in case of Rabi season, so the crops such as sorghum, wheat, gram are the important crops of that area. Then it also includes vegetable crops like potato, chilies, tomato, brinjal cultivation, and horticultural crops in this area includes horticultural crops grown in this area includes guava cultivation, mango, as well as banana and cashew nut cultivation. Then fifth zone is the Western Maharashtra Plain Zone and has its head office at Pune. So the zone generally includes the areas of Western Tehsils of Dhule, Ahmednagar, Sangli, Central Tehsils of Nasik, Pune, Satara, Kolhapur district. Then for the climatic part, so the zone has well distributed rainfall ranging from 950 to 1250 millimeters annually. The maximum rainfall generally receives from southwest monsoon from June to October month, and the period of water availability generally ranges from 120 to 150 days. In case of soils, the topography in general is a plain in this zone. The soils are predominantly grayish black with varying texture as well as depth, which is ranging from 0.25 to 1 meter also. The medium deep soils are generally dark brown in color, and the soils are clay loam in structure and moderately alkaline with pH which is ranging from 7.4 to 8.4, whereas clay percent of the soils of this area is around 40%. In case of crops and cropping pattern, the principal crops are kharif and rabi sorghum, then groundnut, soybean, pearl millet, wheat, sugarcane, green gram, black gram, red gram, then nagli, rabi jawar, wheat, chickpea and sugarcane generally under the irrigated conditions. The next zone is the Western Maharashtra Scarcity Zone, has its head office at Solapur. So the region includes Solapur, Ahmednagar, parts of Satara, Sangli, Pune, Kolhapur, Dhule, Jalgaon and Nasik district, and the parts of Aurangabad, Jalna, Beed and Osmanabad district. In case of climate, so this area suffers from two problems. First one is the low productivity and second one is the high instability as a result of inadequate and erratic rainfall. Generally, annual rainfall is less than 750 millimeters, which receives only in about 45 rainy days, and there are two peaks in rainfall are observed. First during June and July, and second one is during the September. So, besides all this, the dry spells of varying duration, which extends from 2 to 10 weeks at a stretch, are generally experienced during the July and August, whereas the water availability period varies from 60 to 140 days. Because of high temperature and high wind velocity, potential evaporation value more than 1800 millimeters, which will result in a deficiency of moisture or rainfall more than 60% in general. In case of soils, so most of the soils are vertisols with the base saturated. They have montmorillonite type of clay which swells when it is wet and shrinks on the drying, which will produce the deep cracks in the soil. They are low in nitrogen, low to medium in phosphate, whereas rich in a potassium availability. The shallow soils, which are having depth less than 22.5 centimeter, constitutes 30%. Then medium deep soils, which are having depth in between 22.5 to 90 centimeter, having the percentage area included under these soils is 45%. And for deep soils, which are having depth more than 90 centimeters, includes the area of 25%. Generally, shallow soils are suitable for the kharif cropping and deep soils are suitable for the rabi cropping. In case of crops and cropping patterns, so kharif crops like pearl millet, sorghum, pulses, groundnut, sunflower are taken on shallow soils. The proportion of kharif cropping is about 25 to 30%, leaving a large portion of area for the rabi cropping. In heavy soils, the crops like sorghum, safflower, chickpea, sunflower, etc. are taken during the rabi season. Then the short duration pulses are followed by generally rabi sorghum or safflower cropping system, which is a remunerative on a deep vertisol soils during the better rainfall years. Okay, so this area also useful for the agroforestry, agrohorticulture as well as dryland horticultural system in this area. Then next zone is the Central Maharashtra Plateau Zone, which has its headquarters at the Aurangabad. So, under this zone, it is comprises of parts of Aurangabad, Jalna, Beed, and Osmanabad district, major parts of Parbhani, Nanded district, complete Latur district. Then this zone also includes entire area of Buldana and Akola district, excluding southern parts of Washim, and it also includes whole part of Amravati district. Then it excludes eastern part of the Chandrapur and Morshi talukas, then Pusat talukas of Yavatmal district. Then it also includes whole eastern part of Jalgaon district, Shirpur taluka of Dhule district, South Solapur and Akkalkot taluka of Solapur. Generally, rainfall is in between 750 to 950 millimeters with 35 to 65 rainy days. And in monsoon, which is having the period in between, the period is extended in between June to September. So more than 75% of rainfall is received in all the district of this assured rainfall zone. Then the soils are generally derived from Deccan Trap, and the color of soil is from black to red. The soils are generally come under the vertisol category, and the pH range of the soils of this area is in between 7 to 7.5. For crops and cropping patterns, so the sorghum is predominant crop of this area. Then the next important crop is cotton and soybean. The oilseeds such as groundnut and sunflower cropping is also taken place in this area, whereas pulses such as short duration pulses, green gram, black gram, red gram, and chickpea cultivation is also taken in this area, but it is for the very little area, or it covers, this crop covers the very little area of this zone. In plain area of Parbhani, Nanded, Jalna and Aurangabad, Kharif Kram Rabi cropping patterns is prevalent, whereas under irrigation, Kharif sorghum, wheat and cotton, summer groundnut are the important cropping systems. Then the next zone is Central Vidarbha zone, which has its head office at Yavatmal. So this zone includes entire Wardha district, major part of Nagpur and Yavatmal district, two talukas of Western Chandrapur district and parts of Aurangabad, Parbhani, Jalna and Nanded district. This is one of the largest agroclimatic zones of the state. Average annual rainfall is in between 950 to 1250 millimeters, which is generally received in about 59 rainy days, and July is the one of the wettest month of this area. In case of soils, so the soils of this zone are derived from the basalt rock, and they are black in color and varying in the depth. The soils are medium to heavy in texture, fairly high in clay content, alkaline in reaction. There is also high lime reserve is found in these area soils. Generally, vertisols swells. Basic characteristic of vertisol soils is they will get swell after wetting and shrink after drying, which creates the deep and wide cracks into the soil. In case of crop and cropping patterns, so the cropping pattern involves cultivation of crops like cotton, kharif sorghum. Area under kharif sorghum is in between 30 to 40%. Then another crop includes red gram, wheat, pulses and oilseed. Paddy and rabi sorghum are also included sometimes in the rotation. Then here comes the last zone of the Maharashtra, and that is Eastern Vidarbha zone, Sindhvahi. So this zone includes entire Buldana and Gadchiroli district, eastern parts of Chandrapur district and Umred Tehsil of Nagpur district. This zone receives near about on an average annual rainfall in between 1250 to 1700 millimeters in about 60 to 70 days, and July is the wettest month of this area. In case of soils, soils are chiefly derived from the mixed parent rocks like granite, and they are yellowish brown to red in color and are having pH in between the range of 6 to 7. Some areas in south and west, some of the southern and western areas will have, or is having medium black soils also. Then for crops and cropping pattern, again here you will find the paddy cultivation is the predominant in case of Bhandara district during the Kharif, which is to be followed by pulses like Lathyrus and gram in Rabi. In Brahmapuri, Gadchiroli and Sironcha talukas of Chandrapur district, paddy although is the predominant crop which is associated with the Rabi sorghum, pulses and oil seeds during the Rabi season. In Umred taluka of Nagpur district, almost 6 crops including Rabi sorghum, wheat, Kharif sorghum, chilies, paddies and linseed together form a major crop pattern with a greater area under the Rabi crops. So this is all about the zones, agroclimatic zones of Maharashtra. Hope this information will be helpful for your further studies. Thank you.